Alrighty guys, this is Andrew and welcome to another video. Now the question is Reaper good or bad? And take a look at the date of this video. It is currently September 4th, 2016. So I'm going to be talking strictly in the current meta. So if you're watching next year, 2 years from now, 50 years from now, what have you, this video is strictly on the current meta. Now what's interesting about Reaper is not because of how edgy he is, but because of how little he's changed over the months that Overwatch has been out. In fact, I've been playing since February in the closed beta, and I don't think he even got a single patch change since then. So I don't know, some of the October 2015 people are gonna have to correct me if I'm wrong on this, but Reaper has seen very, very little change since Overwatch has been out. Most of his usage rate depends on the other heroes changing. Like McCree, for example. McCree was very, very powerful when Overwatch was first released because he could shred tanks up close and do long-range damage. If you guys want specific numbers, if I recall correctly, McCree's Fan the Hammer would do the full 70 or however much damage it is, damage bullets in the fans, so he could shred tanks very, very easily. And I think for a time his primary fire did not have any sort of damage drop off or very little damage drop off. So McCree had this dual type role where he could act as a semi-sniper and an up-close shredder, of tanks. So this kind of left Reaper in the dark, so to speak, no pun intended. So since then, McCree has been nerfed. His Fan the Hammer's damage has been nerfed. His range has been toned down quite a bit. So now there's this empty blank spot for a tank buster role. And there we have Reaper, good old faithful Reaper, who has not really changed since Overwatch has been out. So you're starting to see quite a bit more Reaper even in pro level play. Now, personally for me, Reaper is like a go-to hero. He's the one hero out of all the DPS heroes who I think has the highest amount of up-close DPS potential. I mean, he has, 20 pellets per shotgun blast. Then he's got 7 damage per pellet, so that's 140 damage per shot. He can do 2 shots of this in a single second, so 280 damage in a single second. To me, that's just atrocious. That's not even counting headshots. His shotguns can do headshots, so up close, Reaper is an absolute monster. Now you can say that, Tracer can do similar amounts of damage, but the thing is, with Tracer, you basically have to reload every second after you unload a magazine onto someone, so there's quite a bit of a staggered type of amount of DPS you can dish out. With Reaper, you got 8 rounds of this, and if all else fails, you have 250 HP, a way to heal yourself, and Wraith Form, which basically makes you invincible and allows you to escape. Like, that to me is just mind-blowing. Reaper is an amazing hero. So it goes without saying, Reaper can take care of squishies really, really quickly. But his sort of niche, his special power is that he's an amazing tank buster. And just kind of looking at the Overwatch lineup, I mean, outside of Zenyatta, maybe Bastion, I mean, Reaper is really the only true tank buster out there. McCree used to be. He used to be amazing at tank busting, but he has his Fan the Hammer nerfed pretty hard, so he can't really do that nearly as effectively. And I guess you could argue that Roadhog, to some degree, is a tank buster of sorts, right? If you land, shotgun blast or 2 to the face, yeah, you'll kill a tank. But Reaper to me is like the go-to for tank busting. Now my prediction though is that Overwatch is going to move more towards a tank heavy meta. This is all prediction, I don't have any data to back this up, but just sort of speculation here, because if you take a look at Zenyatta's nerf, his Discord orb was kind of brought down to 30%, so the entire team won't be able to melt tanks nearly as fast. McCree's out for tank busting, he's been out for a while. So all you really left is Reaper, Bastion never gets picked, so he's out, and maybe Roadhog, right? And so I feel, in my opinion, that we're going to be seeing a lot more of tanks in Overwatch. So, as a result, I feel like Reaper is kind of here to stay as a core pick for a very, very long time, because he has that ability to stand up to tanks, not only in his damage, but that 250 HP will basically allow him to out-tank the tank's DPS while trading. Like, basically, if you're a tank and you're trading with a Reaper up close, just one-on-one, usually, like 90% of the time, that's a bad idea. Another thing that I want to bring up with Reaper is that it's not just him a lot of times. Let's take a look at the popular hero picks of today, right? Zarya's getting a lot of play. We're seeing a lot of her around. We're seeing a lot of Lucio and Zenyatta. Maybe even some Ana. You know, I feel like I'm running into like an Ana every competitive match. All these heroes really complement Reaper. You know, Zarya's barrier allows Reaper to go in for that Rambo mode. Her Graviton Surge, you know, that's pretty much a free team wipe kill for Reaper. Zenyatta, on the other hand, the Discord Orb, Harmony Orb, they go really, really well with Reaper's sustainability and damage. Meanwhile, Lucio's sort of a no-brainer as well. I mean, his ultimate basically bulks up Reaper quite considerably in the speed boost. I mean, a speed boosting Reaper is just scary, right? Anyways, those are just sort of my thoughts on Reaper, how he is now, where I think he's going to go in the future. So in short, yes, Reaper is an amazing hero, amazing core pick right now. Now, it goes without saying, like, obviously there are counters to Reaper, there are certain maps that are not good for Reaper, but I want to say in general, like, he's a very, very solid pick. He's got a kit that's very, very versatile. He can get around a lot of terrible situations, and with hero switching, you know, if you're on, say, Route 66, and there's just tons of long range going on, you can't seem to flank the enemy or sneak around or get up close, then you can swap off of someone until you get to a more closed off area on that map to play Reaper on. You know, I think he's generally a pretty good hero because even if a map is seemingly open, there are certain parts that he's gonna really shine. Anyways, let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this hero. I think he's fantastic. He's definitely seeing a lot more play these days. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one.